I think one of the biggest problems with finance content online right now is that most of it feels completely disconnected from normal people. Apparently, everyone on the internet is either making $500,000 a year, driving a Lamborghini, living in a penthouse, or somehow investing more money every month than most Australians earn working full time. Meanwhile, I am over here earning around $85,000 a year before tax, bringing home roughly $2,450 a fortnight, and trying to build wealth without pretending I'm already rich. So, in this video, I want to show you exactly how I invest $400 every fortnight, while earning what I would consider a pretty normal Australian income. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and I am definitely not telling you to copy exactly what I do. I am just showing my own personal journey, what I am currently investing in, and how I am trying to build wealth slowly over time while still living a normal life. Now, I also want to be honest about my situation. I am still young and I do not have the same overheads as someone raising kids or paying off a massive mortgage. I do not have a mortgage yet, but I am looking at buying a house within the next 12 months. So I know my financial situation could look very different soon. That is actually one of the reasons I want to make the most of this stage of life. Because while I do not have huge responsibilities yet, I want to use that advantage properly instead of wasting it. A lot of people in their 20s get pay rises and instantly upgrade their lifestyle. New car, finance payments, subscriptions, designer clothes, take away all the time, nights out every weekend, and suddenly they are earning decent money but still somehow broke every payday. I am not saying you should never enjoy your money, because I definitely still do. But I think there needs to be a balance. I still go out, I still buy things I enjoy, and I still want to live my life, but I also know that if I can invest consistently while I am young, future me will probably be very thankful. So here is how it roughly works. Every fortnight I bring home around $2,450 after tax. From that, I pay for normal life expenses like rent, fuel, food, insurance, gym, bills, subscriptions, and everything else that seems to magically take money out of your account. After that, I aim to invest $400 every fortnight. Some pays it might be slightly more, some pays it might be slightly less, but $400 is the target I try to stick to. The way I split that $400 is pretty simple. Around $260 goes into ETFs, mainly VAS and VGS at the moment. Around $70 goes into crypto, mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the last $70 goes towards silver. With the silver, I do not usually buy it every single fortnight. I just let that money build up until it gets to around $500. Then I buy physical silver in a larger amount instead of constantly buying tiny bits at a time. The biggest part of my strategy is ETFs because I personally think they are one of the easiest and most realistic ways for normal people to build wealth over time. If you do not know what an ETF is, it is basically a group of companies bundled together into one investment. Instead of trying to pick one individual stock and hoping that company performs well, you can invest across hundreds of businesses at once. VAS gives me exposure to the Australian share market, and VGS gives me exposure to international companies around the world. So through those two ETFs, I am investing into Australian companies, but also large global companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and many others. I like that because it keeps things simple. I do not need to sit there every day staring at stock charts pretending I am some professional trader. I can just invest consistently, keep adding over time, and let the market hopefully grow in the background. Now, I also invest in some smaller stocks here and there when I see opportunities, but that is not the main part of my plan. I know individual stocks can go up a lot faster, but they can also drop a lot faster as well. So for me, the smaller stocks are more of an extra thing on the side, while ETFs are the foundation. Then, I put around $70 a fortnight into crypto. Again, this is not me saying crypto is safe, because it definitely is not. Crypto can move up and down like crazy, and I think people need to be very careful with it. I mainly stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they are the two I feel most comfortable holding long term. But I do sometimes put smaller amounts into other crypto projects as well. The key thing is that crypto only makes up a smaller part of my overall investing plan. If it performs well, great. But if it drops heavily, my entire financial future is not relying on it. The final $70 goes towards silver. This might seem a bit random to some people, but I like having a small amount of physical assets as part of my overall plan. I am not saying silver is going to make me rich, because that is not the point. For me, it is more about diversification and slowly building up something physical over time. I let the money build up to around $500. Then I buy silver in a larger amount when it makes sense. What I like about this plan is that it is simple. $260 into ETFs, $70 into crypto, and $70 towards silver. That is $400 every fortnight. And it does not require me to be rich. It does not require me to know everything. And it does not require me to perfectly time the market. I think that is where a lot of people get stuck. They wait for the perfect time to start, or they think they need thousands of dollars before investing is worth it. But the truth is, the perfect time probably never comes. There will always be bills, always be unexpected expenses, always be market crashes, always be something happening in the world. At some point, you just have to start with what you can afford and build the habit. Obviously, $400 a fortnight is not going to make me financially free next year. I know that, but that is not the goal. The goal is momentum. If I can keep investing through my 20s, increase my income over time, avoid stupid financial decisions, and eventually add property into the picture, then I think I can put myself in a much better position long term. Especially with a mortgage potentially coming in the next 12 months, I know things might get harder. Repayments, rates, insurance, maintenance, furniture, and all the other costs of owning a home will probably change how much I can invest. But that is why I want to build the habits now. If I can learn to invest consistently before the mortgage, then hopefully I can keep some version of that habit going after I buy. The boring truth is that building wealth is usually not exciting. It is not overnight success, it is not fake gurus, and it is not turning $100 into $1 million in 6 months. Most of the time it is just working. Saving, investing, avoiding dumb debt, increasing your income, and repeating that process for years. So that is how I currently invest $400 every fortnight on an $85,000 income in Australia. It is not perfect and it will probably change over time, but right now this is the plan I am following. If you want to follow the journey as I keep investing, try to buy my first house and build wealth on a normal income. Make sure you subscribe because I am only just getting started.